Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Everyone, I'm going to show you how to use this app I made. And you'll have to excuse me, I'm still recovering from being sick. I might clear my throat a lot or cough a lot. So this is MediaNotes, and right now it's parked on MediaNotes.app. You can just go straight there. And first thing you do, so right now I already have a couple of notes. But for you, this would be empty and you need to sign in. So on the top right, just press sign in and it'll ask you to sign in using Google. And then once you do that, you're basically in and you're set. So the next thing you'll want to do is to upload a note. So you press on the bottom right, new audio note, and then you give it a title. So, well, first you need a lecture to upload. So let's go find one real quick. Let's go to Salafi Sounds. So let's go to this khutbah by Abu Khadija, Sins in the Connection to Calamities. And then the website uses SoundCloud, and they have a paid version, which means it allows us to download it. So download the MP3, then you can upload it here. So let me just go ahead and copy the title here. Next thing, you have to put it inside of a folder. You can choose an existing folder you have, or you can make a new one. Just type some new folder here. So this one's a khutbah, and I think I already have, I have this one here. Then it's going to ask me to attach the audio. So here it is. And now it's uploading. So now you can see it here, and there's a couple of things on this dashboard page. So on the left side is the name of the note that you're working on. Then you have the percent completed. If you go past 95%, you get this cool check mark. Then you get the folder that you stored it in and the date that you last touched it, basically, and then you can delete it as well. No. Another way, and an easier and a better way to upload stuff, is to use this Spreaker feature, which I added recently. So what you can do is it has a built-in search. So let's do Musa Richardson. I don't know if I press enter, and now there's a search results that Spreaker would provide you. So let's do, here you go, Allah is pleased with those who please their parents. And then the title automatically fills out, and the folder name automatically fills out. And you get even a preview of what you're gonna take notes on. MashaAllah. And then you can save it. So now it comes here, and the good thing about it is, number one, there's no uploading because it's going to be embedded, and number two is you don't have a copy of it. You have the actual lecture. So if they want to edit it, maybe they made some mistake in here and they found it, they can take it down, or they can change the lecture or something. That way you don't have like your own version of it. You have their copy of it. And I mean, imagine you give a khutbah and then you find out in a week after you upload it there's a mistake in it, so you want to edit it, but everybody already downloaded it, so they have like a wrong, they have a bad version of it or something. So that's the benefit of using Spreaker. Unfortunately, SoundCloud, which they use, doesn't have an API, so I can't add it here, but YouTube does, and I may add it in the future. So I went over the dashboard. Let's go over an existing note. So here's what I'm working on, Surah Qaf. And you can see a couple of things. So firstly, on the left side are the notes that I typed. So I can just type some more notes here. Some more notes. Okay, I can't type, whatever. And then when you save it, this part will update. So like, for example, here, if I type something and I press Control S to save, it comes up here as well. So this uses a language called Markdown, and what Markdown is basically it allows you to write nice notes using it's kind of like a language. So for example, in the title, you can see this is a big text. This is because I put this hash symbol here. If I take it out and I save it, it's just a regular text. If I put 1, then it's a title. And then on the left side of each paragraph is a timestamp. So as you type, the timestamps will appear. And I'll go over this as I make a new note. but then you can click on here and it'll navigate. See, I click 102 and it navigates to 102. And then on the right side, the buttons show up here. So you can also click on it here. And if you copy and paste this, well, actually, okay, on a Mac is different. When you do this, it doesn't copy the button, but here it does. Okay, never mind. So that's the right side is Markdown. And if you don't know Markdown or you just don't want to see it, you can turn it off just by changing this checkbox. So now it's just notes. You can just type regular notes and ignore that feature. So let me go over a new note. So let's go to this one. So I never heard this lecture before. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control Space. And that's going to play the lecture here. I don't hear anything. Okay. So now it's playing it, and now he's going to talk. So, okay, I paused it. You can see that I pressed enter, and then now it's getting ready to type a new paragraph, and it puts a timestamp of when I pressed enter. That way, as I type what Abu Khadija is saying, I can always go back and say, oh, I like this part. Let me re-listen to that part in the lecture. And you press here, and it'll go to the 10-second mark. So, so for example, Abu Khadija said, Inna alhamdulillah. So you can see here, he's going kind of fast for me to type. So what I did is I pressed Control Space. Control Space paused the lecture so I can finish typing. It's actually Inna alhamdulillah. Okay. Then I can press Control Space again and it'll continue. But now he's like way ahead of me, so I can press Control J. So here, let me make this full screen. Here, Control J will rewind 5 seconds, and Control L and Control L will fast forward 5 seconds. So Abu Khadija is already talking, but he's 7 seconds ahead of what I want. So I'm gonna press Control J. I pressed it twice. So Control Space, let me catch up. Now I'm typing literally every word he's saying, and you probably don't want to do that. Instead you can just put like little bullet points or something. But let's say he finishes the intro and you want to type on, and he starts the khutbah now. So when you press enter again, it makes a new timestamp here, and now it matches what the player is on. And then when you press Control S to save, the markdown updates, and even the timestamp saves itself. And you can go back here as well. When I click 0, it goes back to 0, 10, 14. This is amazing because long lectures, it's hard to reference back to what you heard. If you heard in the middle part of a of an hour lecture and you want to find that part again to share with somebody, you have to re-listen to the whole lecture again. But this part, when you type that part here, you can just go back to your notes. So then you go to an existing note, like here, Tafsir Surah Qaf, and you say, oh, this one is amazing. I want to share it with my friend. And you can say, oh, it's at the 12-minute mark of this lecture. There is one thing I have to note, though, is that whenever you use Spreaker, this is a browser security issue. When you press Control Space, you see it's playing, but there's no sound playing right now. The reason is because the browser doesn't allow me to do that. But the way to fix it is super easy. It's super easy. It says here, click anywhere inside the player to activate keyboard shortcuts. All you have to do is just click somewhere inside. Click, and now it works fine. So that's just a little bug fix. So that's MediaNotes.app, and everything here is saved on the cloud. So you don't have to save it to your hard drive or anything. You can start from one computer, and then when you go to work or something, and you're on another computer or whatever, then you can just continue from there. And you can see that. So for example, this one I'm 23% done. When I go here, it'll automatically go. You see right here, it went to where I was last time. And one last thing is when you click on the folder. So for example, here's Tafsir Surah Qaf. When you click here, it puts all the notes of that folder in one list, and it shows you still the percentage complete and so forth. And you have this progress bar showing you how much you completed of all of these lectures. So here I'm 75% complete. So mashallah, alhamdulillah, you know, this was very good. I sent this to Musa Richardson, and he replied asking Allah to make this a blessed application, or to make it blessed for me. So feel free to use it, and always ask questions if you want. Assalamu alaikum.